The Cincinnati Bengals just made a move that changes everything for our future. We are talking about a massive risk that could define the next few seasons for this franchise. By trading away a top 10 draft pick, the team is saying they are ready to win a championship right now. This is not just another minor roster move or a small adjustment to the depth chart. It is a historic gamble on a superstar player who needs to stay healthy for this to work. If he stays on the field, we win. If not, the price is just high. Dexter Lawrence is officially coming to Cincinnati in a trade that has shocked the entire NFL world. I have been covering this team for a long time, and I can tell you that we have never seen anything quite like this before. The Bengals decided to trade their first-round pick to the New York Giants to bring in this elite defensive tackle. This is the first time since 1989 that our team will not have a pick in the first round of the draft. It is also the very first time in the modern era that the Bengals have traded away a top 10 selection. To put this in perspective, the last time a player was traded for a top 10 pick like this was back in 2005 when Randy Moss went to the Raiders. This is a very big deal because it shows that the front office is changing how they do business. Usually, the Bengals like to keep their draft picks and build through the college ranks. They are very careful with their money and their assets, but they realize that they have a window to win right now, and they did not want any longer. The news broke on Saturday night, and it has everyone talking about what this means for the defense. This defensive tackle is a 3-time Pro Bowl player, and he is considered one of the best in the game today. He is a massive human being who can stop the run and push the pocket. The team had some extra money in the salary cap, and they decided to use it on a proven star rather than a rookie who might not work out. We have seen many high draft picks fail in the past, but we know exactly what we are getting with this veteran. He has played a lot of football and been very durable throughout his career. Even though he had an elbow injury last season, the team believes he will be ready to go. They are putting all their chips on the table because they believe this is the missing piece. It is a simple trade on paper, one player for one pick, but the impact will be felt for years. We are no longer waiting for the future to arrive. The future is happening right now because the team is tired of being almost good enough. They want to be the best, and this move proves it beyond any doubt. Joe Burrow is the main reason why a trade like this actually makes sense for the Cincinnati Bengals right now. When you have one of the best quarterbacks in the entire world, you cannot afford to waste his prime years. The team knows that they need to give him as much help as possible, and that includes having a dominant defense. While our star quarterback handles the offense, he needs a defense that can get the ball back for him quickly. This new defensive tackle is the perfect person to make that happen because he is a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. He is often the strongest man on the field, and he forces teams to use 2 players just to block him. When a player gets double-teamed that much, it opens up lanes for everyone else on the defense to make plays. This young quarterback we have under center will benefit greatly from having a defense that does not give up easy points. We have seen how hard it is to win when the defense is struggling to stop the run or hit the passer. This new addition is arguably the best pass-rushing nose tackle in the league over the last few seasons. He creates so much pressure from the middle of the line, which is the fastest way to get to a quarterback. Most players at his position are just there to take up space, but he actually moves the pocket and causes chaos. He has been incredibly productive and has played a high number of snaps every single year. The team looked at how other veterans like Cameron Hayward have played at a high level late into their 30s, and they feel confident this new star has many great years left. He fits the team perfectly because he brings a level of toughness that we really need in the trenches. He is a proven winner who knows how to compete at the highest level of the sport. By bringing him in, the Bengals are making life easier for everyone on the roster. It sends a message to the locker room that the front office is serious about bringing a trophy to the Queen City. This is about giving our leader the support he deserves so he can lead us to the finish line. We are building a powerhouse that can compete with anyone in the league, and it starts with having stars on both sides of the ball. This trade matters because it completely changes the expectations for the Cincinnati Bengals moving forward this season. In the past, we might have been happy with a winning record or a small playoff run, but those days are gone. When you give up a top 10 pick for a veteran player, you are saying that the goal is to win the Super Bowl immediately. This move could help them win more games because it fixes the biggest weakness on the entire defensive unit. For years, we have seen teams run the ball effectively against us, and it has cost us important games in the playoffs. Now, it will be much harder for opponents to move the ball on the ground with a giant in the middle. This is a direct consequence of the trade that fans should be very excited about for the coming months. It also changes how much money the team is spending on the roster over the next few years. While the contract for this star is expensive, it is not as bad as it looks at first glance. The team would have had to pay a lot of money to the rookie they would have taken with the 10th pick anyway. By spending a little bit more, they are getting a player who is already a superstar instead of hoping a college kid turns into one. This helps the team stay competitive without hurting their ability to keep other important players in the long run. If this defense can become a top 5 unit, the Bengals will be almost impossible to beat in the cold weather. Winning more games in the regular season means getting home field advantage in the playoffs, which is huge for our success. We are moving away from being a team that relies only on the passing game to move the ball. We are becoming a more balanced and physical team that can win in many different ways. This matters to every fan who has waited decades to see this franchise reach the top of the mountain. It shows that the ownership is willing to do whatever it takes to win a championship for the city. The risk of losing a draft pick is real, but the reward of having an elite defense is much greater. This move is about changing the identity of the Bengals into a team that nobody wants to play against on Sunday. The tension around this trade comes down to two very different paths that the team could take starting next season. In the best-case scenario, this new defensive star stays healthy and plays like the dominant force we know he can be. If this works, our defense will become one of the most feared groups in the entire league. We could see a season where the Bengals dominate the line of scrimmage and give their offense plenty of chances to score. This would likely lead to a deep playoff run and a real chance to bring home a Super Bowl title. Fans would look back at this trade as the smartest move the franchise ever made in its long history. It would prove that being aggressive in the trade market is the right way to build a winning team around a star. But we also have to look at the other side of the coin because there is a worst-case scenario. If this player struggles with injuries or cannot recover from his previous elbow issue, the team will have lost a massive asset for nothing. Giving up a top 10 pick is a huge price to pay, and those picks are usually the building blocks of a team for a decade. If the trade fails, the Bengals will have no first-round pick and a large contract on their books that they cannot get rid of. This could set the franchise back and waste some of the best years of our star quarterback's career. The pressure is on the training staff and the coaches to make sure this works out perfectly from day one. There is no room for error when you make a move of this magnitude in the middle of a championship window. Every game will be a test to see if the gamble was worth the high price we paid to the Giants. We are all holding our breath because we know how much is riding on this single decision by the front office. The difference between glory and failure has never been thinner for this team than it is right now. We are either watching the start of a legendary era or a mistake that will be talked about for years. The emotional stakes are incredibly high for everyone who loves this team and wants to see them finally win it all. We are all waiting to see which path the Bengals will take. The Cincinnati Bengals have officially entered a new era of football by making this historic trade for a superstar defender. We are no longer a team that plays it safe and waits for the draft to solve all our problems. By trading the 10th overall pick, the front office is showing the world that they believe this roster is ready to win now. It is a bold and risky move that has divided many fans, but it shows a level of commitment we have rarely seen. We are putting a lot of faith in one player to transform our defense and help us reach the ultimate goal. The financial cost is high and the draft capital is gone, but the potential reward is a championship trophy. I want to know what you think about this massive decision for our franchise. Be honest, would you rather have a top 10 rookie or a proven Pro Bowl veteran like this in our current situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay updated on all the latest Bengals news and expert analysis, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications now.